Well, look at it. It's a little cloudy out
Yeah,
today
the
compared
clouds
to the
rolled
sun
in.
earlier.
Well, I was kind of discussing earlier, we've had so many days where we've just had nice weather. I mean, it's just been a beautiful, dry, but beautiful string of
been a great
couple
streak.
of months. Yeah, we've had nice weather. Now that's all about to change.
Okay.
The next couple of days are going to be very eventful when it comes to weather. Not necessarily severe. There could be that possibility, but there's just a lot that's going to happen. So I want to break that down for you and try to go through it hour by hour. Now, overall, a look at the weekend. You may not like what you see here. Chance of showers and storms, windy conditions on Saturday. Look at the high temperature, 81. We'll talk about getting close to the record there. And then Sunday, showers, especially the early part of the day. It's going to be breezy. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s and dropping, maybe even into the 40s by the afternoon. This is just going to be a blustery and kind of an ugly day. There is that possibility that we could see some severe storms. Remember, temperature is going to warm way up ahead of this front that's going to move through. So that's why we've got, on the scale of 1 to 5, a level 1 threat for severe storms. The bigger threat is going to be farther to the south and west, but we are going to have some conditions in place at certain times. Will it line up with the peak heating of the day? That remains to be seen. There's still some uncertainty with this system. So I want to take you through this starting tomorrow morning. Overall, the morning part of the forecast looks pretty good. We may start in the 50s, still pretty mild, and then by midday we should be able to warm up very quickly up to 80 degrees. Now, not all the models agree that we'll have a chance for some scattered showers and pop-up storms during the early part of the afternoon. There is a bit of a question mark here once we get into this afternoon time frame where we could see the radar become more active with these kind of typical what we would see in the summertime pop-up storms. I think that's going to be the case. I do think we'll see a few pop-ups. Some of those could produce some gusty winds. The record, by the way, is 84 for your Saturday. We're going to be pretty close to that, and most of the models are getting the temperatures close to that. A few of those isolated storms may be producing some gusty winds. And then once we get into, by the way, I stopped it there at 3:30, there may be some showers and storms around Bloomington at the time. We'll have to watch that very carefully. Then as we get into the evening, this is when things really begin to change just a bit. Rain becomes heavier. The threat for severe storms may be there, those including some gusty winds. Temperatures will start to drop once this front moves through, and we could have some significant rain, especially from Indian Points to the south, although a couple of models keep that north and west of Indy. This is all going to be beneficial rain. We just don't want it to come down too fast all at one time. Once that front passes through, then the temperatures drop. Now, Sunday morning, it may be in the 60s, but that's probably going to be your high temperature because after that, we'll go from the 60s to the 50s. The temperatures will drop. Look at this by midday. It's going to be gusting at times to 30 or 35 miles per hour. Temperatures will be in the low 50s, and it's going to be raining until that rain wraps up sometime during the late afternoon. Just going to be kind of an ugly, raw day here. We're talking about showers ending, though, as we get into Sunday evening. May give us a nice sunset, but after that, certainly a new air mass is in place. Look at the cool down in the temperatures. 60s for highs, maybe even 50s for highs, and overnight lows in the low 40s.